Hey guys, Preston Schmidt with Movement Mortgage. I am here this time with Bruce Lindholm with RG Realty. How are you doing, Bruce?
Doing great, thank you.
Awesome. Well, I thank you so much for taking your time to join me on this Realtor Spotlight. Really excited for this one. I'll get right into it. I just want to know kind of what got you into real estate from
Hmm,
the get-go.
that's an easy one. I spent 25 years with corporate America and did a number of relocations. We lived coast to coast and places in between. And with the experience that we had with one real estate agent in particular, my wife and I at one point go, we could have done a better job than the agent did. And after 25 years, I was pretty much burnt out managing and decided that why don't we get into real estate? So we started flipping at first, and then we got licensed because that always nagged at us that we thought we could do a better job. And I know we do. We both came out of customer service roles and just took our business experience and our customer service experience to become very successful at what we do.
Perfect. So you pretty much answered my next question. So you're part of a team, right? You and your wife is kind of like a husband-wife combo.
Yes, and then we have what is it, four other agents on our team.
Awesome.
Also, I've got six mentees. I'm doing mentorship also with RG.
All right, perfect. And your wife's name is Gina Lindholm?
Gina, correct? Yes.
Awesome. So Bruce and Gina, top dogs in the real estate industry. So tell me more about yourself personally, family, other than your wife. You have any kids?
We have two. We have a daughter who is married, and we have a son who's married, and they have two children. So we have two grandchildren.
That's exciting.
And it's fun being a grandparent. I have found that it's probably more fun than being the parent
Yeah, you hear that
because
from
at some
everyone.
point you can say it's time to go home, you know, on those crabby days. But we love our grandkids, and they're just a blast because my grandson loves to fish, so he's gotten me back into fishing, which
Nice.
you start working on when you're self-employed. You can easily let yourself be engulfed in the job and not taking that time off. So, but
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. Well, I
Mhm.
know you fish, and I also know you hunt. What else do you do for fun?
I play a little golf. I would like to play more golf, but
Same here.
gosh, 2 to 4 hours on a golf course, it's like, yeah, it's all I do is think about what I should be doing, and I do enjoy it. But we do some hiking. We like to camp. We have land up north, and we'll go up for a weekend. And with real estate being so much technology now and phones and hotspots and all that, we can work pretty much anywhere we want.
Yeah.
Last year we spent 3 weeks in Florida and worked and got sales done down there, and most people never knew we were out of the state. But we also had somebody here that would cover for us on showings or things that needed to be done in person too.
That's the
So
importance of a team. No, that's
yeah,
awesome.
exactly. We love to travel. We were in Ireland last year
Oh,
with
wow.
our, that was beautiful. Back in 2017, we did a Sweden, Germany, Croatia, and Italy trip. And that was wonderful. I'd love to go back.
Awesome. You ever done a cruise over that way?
We did a cruise, two Disney cruises when our children were, well, let's see, junior high and then graduation from high school time. Went with one time with church friends and another time with family members. That was fun. The food's amazing on the Disney cruises.
Yeah.
At
Every
that
cruise.
point,
Yeah.
what's that?
Every cruise. I've been on three Norwegian cruise lines, and the food is just
Oh,
amazing.
I've only ever done Disney, and I know Norwegian's a good one too. Those two rank in the top, three, four all the time for quality of the tour or trip
Yeah.
and the how much they spend per person on food,
Yeah.
which is something someone can look up before they go, so they can kind of tell what they're getting into.
Don't be on a diet when you go on a cruise. You're going to miss out quite a
No,
bit.
the first one we went on, I came back 8 pounds heavier than when I left. So the second time I knew
Yep.
better.
Yep. I don't even remember, but something very similar for myself as well.
Hmm.
But I definitely want to go on another one here soon. I know my wife's never been on one, so I want to get on a cruise here soon. All right, so this is my favorite question. Tell me about a deal that was so challenging, but you somehow made it and got it to close. What did you do and how'd you do it?
The one that pops to mind right away, because it was for me a life lesson, was a lender early on in my career, long before I even met you. Um, and I remember standing in front of the house because I was with the buyer, and it was a pretty big guy looking kind of down at me and pointing his finger and jabbing at me, saying, "We're in this position because you recommended the lender."
Ooh.
And at that point, I thought, yep, now I understand why they tell you to always be looking to keep the best people around you. And I also thought about, I will never recommend a single lender again. Um, the person, your client, I'll give them a list of tried and true, but I'm not going to say this is the person for you after that experience, because I realized from that the potential that if they got really mad about it, and they could say, you caused this problem. And, they probably would be right then because I
No, I
said,
get that.
this is the person. Yeah. And so we don't on lenders anymore. We don't on title companies and on the inspectors. We'll give them a list, tell them to pick one, let us know who you want or ask questions. And remember that the person is working for you. So if you don't like work or your conversations of that or don't feel comfortable, go to the next one. And we always ask them to call more than one also to
Yeah, I
make a
agree.
comparison. So,
It's smart to shop
sometimes,
down.
I mean, you're a very easy person to talk to and be around. Well,
Yes.
we have one lender who is very smart and knows their job and will get it done, but doesn't always work the best with some clients and will rub them the wrong way, even though it's just a personality thing and how they present themselves. So
It's very
so,
true. Yeah,
so
and
that was a big one, and we eventually we were there for the final walk, and there was a delay because of some ridiculous things that should have been taken care of way earlier in the process. So that was the last transaction that we used that lender for because the things that were missing were week one things from the
oh boy.
lender standpoint that they should have looked into. It was some employment things. And we got it all done, but it delayed closing by like 3 days. Well, that just put our people into a huge turmoil.
Well, I'm
Um,
sure.
yeah. However, I've done some business with that client again, so they were pleased that we were able to pull it out of the fire. But they told me they never wanted to use that lender again. So that could have been ugly for us as well. Because you're kind of at the last things that they remember. So, the closer is the other one. That's the very last thing. So it's just got to be right for
Exactly.
them, or you're probably not going to see them again as a client. And we do 85+% is repeat and referral. So we really work
Wow.
to have a very smooth transaction for people. So yeah,
And that's important. I always say, hey, it's basically an interview. Interview us. We're
right,
we're we're trying to earn your business. We don't expect to be given your business.
right.
And if we
Well,
don't try to,
exactly,
if we don't attempt to try to win your business, then we're not the right fit.
exactly. And that's what we let them know too. Interview, be comfortable. If you like who you're talking to, let's go then. But I'm not going to tell you which this is the one for you. I just can't do that after what I've, realized that during that transaction. So,
No, that makes sense. I get it. I totally respect that. Moving on, what type of deals or what percentage of the deals are listings versus purchases for you?
we early on, I started almost 18 years ago now in real estate. It's easier to jump into buying, of course, and it's less expensive.
Hmm.
Over the years, we were on a team back then, and we moved away from that team, started our own. Um, Gosh, it's been 13 years ago. We started our own team then. But then we started transitioning to the listing side. So now we're doing about 60% listings to 40% buying. And,
That's
and that's
awesome.
kind of a comfortable place now. That's where we want to be. I know people always go listings are king. But I'll tell you, at certain times, a buyer or a listing is king.
Hmm.
During those slower times. and we don't want to say no to any of our past clients or referrals. So we're absolutely glad to help either side. We don't care.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Lastly, just kind of tell us anything else that you'd like to share. Any questions you have for me as a lender? Um, and this is just like an open forum.
Yeah. I just told our team recently to, talk to you, and I gave you their names too, because you came up with some really good ideas recently on finding business when it's a little slower and some new ideas. I also
Thanks.
talked to, as you know, we started a new team down in Eden Prairie called Cities Group. And along with our team that we had started years ago, Lindholm Group or LG Homes. Um, but that group down there, I suggested because we have a situation where we're an exclusive real estate group and company in a mall down there that draws a lot of people. And so I mentioned to them that to get to know you better, make a phone call and invite you maybe to come down, because I said, you've got that personality that's going to step out and talk to people, and they feel very comfortable talking to you. So hopefully
Thank
they
you.
will give you a call and ask you to come with them.
I'd
Um,
love to meet him in
and,
person.
and help out. So yeah, we have exclusive spot, and it's thousands of people daily that flow through that mall. And then we have electronic board going for us, and we're partnering with another business down there. So yeah, it's exciting actually, and
You said that
hopefully
was Cities Group?
Cities Group, yes, yeah. So we're just really starting to get the advertising out now. You can find LG Homes or Lindholm Group everywhere, and social media and that, but we're trying to get the same print imprint, I guess you would say, for Cities Group now. But it's just starting. But yeah, we'll get it going. So,
Perfect. That's all I have for you, Bruce. I just want to thank you again for taking the time.
oh yeah,
Appreciate you jumping on.
absolutely.
It's great to get
I
to know
I,
you even more.
I enjoy this kind of thing. We're doing one. RG called yesterday and asked if I would be one of the speakers for. They have career night for our newest office opening in St. Louis Park tomorrow evening. So I'll be down there
Well, then,
tomorrow, talking to all sorts of different people that are from outside the company, and I like doing that stuff. So I appreciate you asking.
no problem, man. Well, thanks again. Have a great day.
Thanks, Preston. You too.
Bye.
Bye.